Hello everyone and welcome to the Manc Podcast. We are back again with another episode all about Manchester for you, the people who love Manchester. My name is Joe and I'm joined as always by Steph.
Hello.
Tim, it's a podcast, mate. You've got to speak.
Good afternoon.
Well, audio listeners think, oh, Tim's mute. What's going on? Tim's not here.
That's fair enough. I was
audio
waving.
First, mate. Come on.
I've got a thing.
Do you want to do it again?
Yeah.
Tim's here, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, over the top that time, was it? And we've got, obviously, our lovely guests. It is Kiera and we have got Aimie here as well. They're a brand new cafe that opened in October. It is the Feel Good Club and they're here to talk about that and to join us for the podcast. So thank you very much, guys. Can we just point out Kiera? Who's Kiera?
I'm Kiera.
You're Kiera?
Yeah,
That's how you introduce yourself.
I'm Aimie. Hi.
I'm Aimie.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Tell us a tiny bit about the Feel Good Club. We're going to go in depth. We've got the Manc story to do, but give us a little insight about what it is.
Yeah, so Feel Good Club is a brand, first and foremost, a community based on Instagram. And our mission has always been to normalise conversation around mental health and feelings in general. We started off creating merch that we just learnt how to make in our spare bedroom.
We did.
Aimie and I are wives, by the way. That'll
We
explain.
had to change it because we said 2 wives on our Instagram, and then people kept saying, "Where's your husband? Where's your husband?" And we were like, "No,
why
2 wives."
It's 2 wives. Why does it matter? And we're like, no, together, we're married.
we are
together.
wives to each other.
Yeah.
Each other. It's awkward. I ain't got my ring on today.
Oh, have you got yours on?
I have.
That means nothing. We are married. We started in our spare bedroom 2 years ago, creating merch. But we always had the idea and passion that we wanted to create a space that was inclusive for people, where they could come and feel accepted, meet people, and build a community. So that is what the coffee shop is. That's an angle and part of the wider brand of Feel Good Club.
Amazing.
Sounds
good.
We're getting into a bit more depth in that because it's got a lot to chat about, but we thank you for coming on. We're going to do now what we call Manc Top Stories of the Week. So we go on the Manc website. Have you ever been on it, Steph?
Of course I have.
Yeah, of course, all the time. And we look at the biggest stories that week and we chat about them. Tim, what do you want to do first?
My story is about Parklife. The lineup was just announced.
Yeah.
It's going ahead September the 11th, I think it is, but it's in September this year. They've obviously had to push it back a bit, but some exclusive performances in there and just a massive lineup, really.
You were just going to say you're going to shout names at the top of your
I am going to just shout out loads of names, just for people who haven't heard. There's a lot of rap on there, but, you know, it's pretty mixed bag still. So Dave, the rapper, AJ Tracy, Jamie XX, Fortet,
Nice.
Little Sims, Coffee, bit of reggae sort of
Why don't
singing
you
on there,
do-
Burner Boy.
Why don't I say an emotion and you shout the next one out in that emotion?
An emotion?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Anger.
Anger?
Yeah, so you shout a name out of anger.
What was that?
Slow tie.
That wasn't angry. I've got to shout slow tie
Oh, I
angrily.
thought you wanted an angry artist.
No.
That's a good one, though.
Yeah, I thought it was perfect.
Let's try
lined
again.
up.
Angry.
What do you want?
Shout out angrily.
You want me to shout out angrily?
Yes.
Slow tie!
Nice. Sad.
Patronada.
Yeah, happy.
I haven't even lined anyone up. Annie Mac!
What about the final one? Shocked.
Shy FX? One more, come on.
Right, go on.
Who else have we got?
Anyone got emotions? I've run out of emotions.
Excited.
Excited.
Eric Prydz!
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Hey, you could be the X Factor voice.
Yeah, I thought that.
Do you reckon?
Right.
Tonight!
Rachel Adedeji.
What? She's not on the list. But as we are recording this, all the tickets are sold out. So your big sell there. Everyone's getting dead excited. Go, no way. That really angry guy's on the list.
Oh,
It's all
well,
sold.
you know, we'll find a way to get him.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Tim, thank you for your story of the week.
you.
Steph, what have you got?
Mine's a really nice one, actually. It's very
love the
lovely.
Oh,
There's a huge new 113-acre city park coming to North Manchester.
It's very nice.
looks
What
very-
£4
park?
million regeneration project, trees and that.
Trees and that.
wow.
Wow. Selling it.
Trees and that.
Expensive
Wrote
are
down
these
on
trees.
the planning permission. Trees
No,
and
I'm very
that.
excited for
Like,
this.
Would there be bushes?
Oh, yeah.
Bobby, where there's trees, there's bushes.
£4 million bushes.
I'm really excited for that, actually.
Expensive bushes.
Where is it? What is it?
Is there anything else in this park? Or?
Come on, Steph.
There's a river.
All you've said is there's a new park coming
Sorry, I'm not
and it's
good at
got
this.
trees in it.
How expensive are these trees,
The
Steph?
pressure is on now, Steph.
Everyone's getting grilled today.
So it's going to be called City River Park.
Nice.
There's a
And it's
river.
expected to incorporate part of St Catherine's Wood and the River Irk.
Ah, the river.
I think
All
a
makes
lot,
sense now.
a lot of
makes
it's
sense.
wasteland at the moment, isn't it? And there's like, it's like quite a large area.
Paint the
but
picture.
just-
Whereabouts are we talking? What's it near? Oh, right, okay.
I was literally reading this earlier as
Looking at
well.
Tim, so I thought you...
No, no.
Yeah, go on, Steph, give us the info.
So, yeah, it's Victoria North.
Sorry, enough.
390 acres of land into new communities. So there's going to be loads of new homes as well, which is really
Oh, that's nice. Homes and parks.
homes and parks.
Trees,
So,
rivers.
Trees,
Trees,
rivers,
rivers, homes.
and bushes.
The river
all I know,
installation.
it's just an amazing project. That's just going to bring.
Yeah.
We need more green space and it's going to be good.
That's what I mean.
Where it is yet?
North.
North Victoria, Kiera.
Head north.
I know.
And when you see a slide, you're in the right place.
Got ya.
My story is about, well, it's taking a bit of a, I don't want to say darker term, but it's about thieves. Ooh. Love the sound effects. Now, these thieves were robbing Robinson's Brewery. Right, Robin Robinson's, that's a little tongue twister. Say it.
Robinsons to give back to the poor.
Yeah, Robinson's. So they're robbing Robinson's Brewery.
You're so good at that.
Yeah, I'm really, I like me practicing all day by myself. And they were caught, but it turned into a big drama. Loads of police arrived there on the scene. Epic,
Helicopters,
like, whoa,
dogs.
where are these guys
Yeah.
gone? They don't know where they've gone. They've not left the area. They're still inside the brewery. Guess where they were found?
Where?
Inside some beer barrels. They've got inside, they've hid, they thought they could get away with it, but they've got tracked down in the end, and they were caught red-handed or bare-handed or whatever.
Pretty clever way to do it, though.
No,
It's
they
clever.
nearly got
It's
away
clever.
with it.
How small were these bandits? Because aren't beer barrels quite small? They
can
must
imagine
just
a
been big
brewery
ones.
Like an
Yeah.
industrial brewery.
If
Yeah.
I was in
like
that team, I
drank
would have
it.
been left behind. I would not have been able to fit in that beer barrel.
Hopefully they didn't have beer in and they just
You just sort
I
of
come
don't
out
mind.
really
It's
pissed.
a little straw.
yeah. Could you fit in a beer barrel?
Depends how big it is. Probably
Next
not.
episode.
I don't think I'd enjoy it.
We'll do a little challenge.
Yeah, Robinsons, if you're listening, bring a beer barrel in. Tim said he'll do it. He'll do the whole podcast.
That sounds
for us.
horrible. Claustrophobic nightmare. Not doing that.
Do we sell beer at the Feel Good Club?
We do indeed.
Right,
yeah.
okay. Now let's get into a bit of that.
Eddie Robinsons?
Not big enough
Don't.
to fit
Sorry,
in
Robinson.
the barrel,
No.
but we do sell it. Yeah.
So, well, before we get into the when it opened, we walk into the Feel Good Club. We got coffee on. We've got food on.
Yeah, we've
do.
got food on. We have
Look at it
now
all,
that we
guys.
fixed our
Tell us about the food. I love hearing about food.
So we're actually launching a new. It feels weird saying a brand new menu when we were only open for 2 weeks.
Right, okay. Yeah. All right.
And
So
then
it was
we've been
October
takeaway
time.
since.
You opened, and then restrictions came in place, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. So we had 2 weeks open, which was a lot of fun. Very busy. Learned a lot in those 2 weeks, didn't we? And then
Yeah.
we've been takeout ever since. So right now, if you were coming up for a little takeout, you can get a little coffee. You can get two of our. I'd say they're becoming famous sourdough toasters now. I'm
I love
going
a
to go out and
toast.
say it. We're getting,
Big
we're
statement,
getting a
Kiera.
lot of.
What's on it?
A lot of love. We've
got a vegan
we've
one.
got two. We've got the vegan one,
Yeah.
which is your sourdough.
Oof.
Like sell it really like.
Okay,
yeah.
so you got
Some
your
M&S.
sourdough. You
M&S
have
music.
to
M&S
get
M&S.
Yeah.
Ooh.
sourdough from half dozen other, and then you've got your vegan spread, spreaded on.
Breaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thick.
Double-sided. You know, so the
We're not,
toast.
we're not tight. We're
Right in the corners, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the
and then
corners.
you got some.
We've got more butter.
Yeah.
Oh!
See, I've never tried cashew butter. Is it nice?
Many people haven't.
Lived, Tom. You haven't lived.
Tom, it's Joe.
Oh, I was joking. Yeah, call me whatever. That's what.
Don't worry.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
That's okay.
Listen, we're all having a bad day today on the podcast, aren't we?
name tags.
Some of us bring bad stories. Some of us don't know how to.
Mine wasn't a bad
say stuff
story.
emotionally.
I was thinking about the next layer of the sandwich, which is
Tomatoes.
So, there we go.
not just any, sun-dried.
Oh, I love
And
a
then we've got
sun-dried.
roasted broccoli with chili flakes,
Nice.
bit of sea salt, rock salt.
Yeah. You got to toast it and then put the extra salt at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Then we got
It's unreal. It's
and then
very
a cheese and
delicious.
kale one.
Amy, you got to
Sorry.
say it. No.
What?
It's just cheese.
I sold it, and you were like cheese and kale. You've got to do the exact same now.
Stacks of cheddar. Come on.
No.
No. Stacks and stacks.
Stacks of cheese. Stacks of it.
Stacks of cheese.
Crispy kale. Caramelised onion.
Oh,
Caramelised
you held them back.
Yeah.
Oh, I like
caramelised
that.
Myself. Delicious.
Really?
Starving.
I'm getting really hungry now.
that's
So
all
love
great.
Brooksies after
They're
this.
great, but stay tuned for the new menu. It's gonna be banging.
Exciting stuff.
Take a look at that.
Any hints as to what it is?
None at all.
None at all.
None at all.
Stay tuned.
No.
There we go.
So as this was a side project built in the spare room, like you said, you've grown it, and now we've got a place. One of the questions is, what's it like working together? Who wants to go?
That's the one who's not wearing a wedding ring.
Go on, Amy, you can answer
Because
this.
as a side project, it's built, hasn't it? And
Yeah. You know, so it was hard, like in our home, because it was like trying to separate it one like home life to business life. Yeah. Where it's good now we've got a coffee shop to go to, but it has obviously the past few months took over our lives.
Yeah.
Massively.
And we are completely different people, so we manage people differently, we work differently. So it's been fun.
Yeah.
Right?
I think, so Amy and I, we've been together for 11 years. Like, we met when I was 18, we met at uni, didn't we? We've been through so many different stages of our lives together that I think we've got a very deep understanding of how each other works.
Yeah.
But when you constantly been put in new situations that neither of you are used to, it's figuring that out, isn't it? But I guess because we've got that foundation of being together for so long, we know each other in certain situations that have been tough. You know, we had to close after 2 weeks, and we laugh about it now, but we didn't get any government support. We weren't able to get furlough. So it was tough, wasn't it? And I guess we just, that's how I found that we work really well together is, you know, we might annoy each other or do things differently at times, but we're always there to pick each other back up.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the nice version.
That's quite nice.
Should we leave it there? Should we move on to the next
Yeah, after 11 years, you learn to switch off.
This is the Feel Good. The cafe isn't just a cafe, is it? That does mint sandwiches. We've heard about them. But it's, some events might come in the future. What kind of thing are you hoping to do in the cafe that is sort of different to just getting a coffee?
Yeah, so I think for Feel Good Club, we have always called it, you know, it's not necessary. Feel Good Club isn't a coffee shop, it's not a bar, it's not an event space. It's a brand, and the coffee shop and the space come under that brand. And what we've always described it as is a space for people. It's not necessarily about what we're selling in there. It's about what we're trying to create, and that is a community. It's, you know, our team are mental health first aid trained, so that if people do need to talk to somebody, and that's just something. It's not something that we were like, oh, we're a brand that kind of aims to normalise conversation around mental health, so we should do this. It's something that I've always been super passionate about. That anyone in like a public-facing role should have that training, just like you have first aid training.
Yeah.
It should just be something that is done. So I'd like to see a lot of other places doing that. But it's the events.
It's going to be live events, book clubs, film nights. We've got a greenhouse inside the space. We're going to do like floristry workshops. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to like all sorts of things. Because we were saying like, when you get to like our age, it's quite hard to like meet new people. And we was like, if you could create a space where there's loads of different things going on for loads of different types of people, find out what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You can meet people. I think as well, like when you get to like your mid-20s, 30s, you forget to do things that you actually love. It's not like when you're maybe at uni or before uni where you've got all this time to do lots of things. Life then begins to take over. You just want to be that space where you could just come and have a beer with your friends, or you could just come and have a coffee and get involved in a drawing club or something that you enjoy. So we're open to lots of different events in there, music, spoken word, poetry.
But when people ask us what is Feel Good Club, we've got no idea. Do you know what I mean?
Let's go to the next question.
It's not a bar, it's not a brand.
Delete that.
It's a list.
What is it? Don't know. Whatever you want it to be, basically.
Yeah.
Tim, what would you sell? What would you, out of all those said, would you dive into Feel Good Club? Would you do some?
Yeah, definitely. If there was a drawing thing going on, some sort of illustration night.
He's a drawer.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you guys, do you have an event, or you're looking at doing something where you can turn up and just have like a strangers night where you come and talk to, you know, people? And it's a bit like, it reminds me, have you seen Fleabag?
No.
Oh, it's
I've watched a bit of
the BBC series. She owns a cafe in it and has a Chatty Wednesdays where you have to go, and if you buy like a cake or something, then it's you know, and you sit down with your drink or your cake or whatever, then it's a a symbol that you're open to conversation.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, we're going to get
COVID
a...
has messed up a lot of our
Yeah.
plans. 'Cause
Yeah.
One of the things that we were going to do is we're going to have a table in
Talk
there
table.
dedicated to just people who want to go in and meet new people, and you feel a bit awkward going up to someone and being
Yeah.
like, "Hi, what's your name?"
it's such a good idea.
yeah, you
This
can't
is
sit
almost a
at the
taboo around it, isn't there?
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
like
So we're
talking
gonna-
to strangers and...
We're going to get like a 12-seat table, won't we? It's just be like, if anyone sits on that table, everybody knows that they want to meet somebody else. So you don't
Until they realise where they've sat. Get a businessman there who's really in a meeting and he's just like, what have I...
You get Amy rocking up and like, "Oh,
What have I got myself into?
want to be friends.
Let me tell you about the sandwiches.
you get your cashew, brother."
We got the cashew. I need to try that.
Kale.
Definitely need to try that. You mentioned, you touched upon slightly that in November time, or when the tier system came into place, that it was tricky because you fell under like a sort of weird black hole where you couldn't get financial support. Could you tell us about it? Is that because you were sort of a brand new business? Is that how that, what happened there?
So there was
The building was
two
recently
reasons,
renovated.
wasn't there?
So
Yeah.
because it was recently renovated, it didn't have a value. So the grant scheme, we couldn't get that through the council because the building didn't have a value, and
had
it
to,
goes
like,
off the
apply.
value of the
Yeah.
building.
Oh.
And then we...
Without going into too much detail.
It's a bit of subject, guys, not going to lie.
There was a bit of a mistake with when things were submitted, and yeah, it unfortunately meant that HMRC got our submission of when payroll was going through like 7 hours late.
So there was 7 hour difference of us
yeah.
getting furlough on.
Yeah.
And we didn't get it.
That.
Ruthless, that. You know.
Yeah.
Which at the time it felt like the end of the world. We were literally like, oh, like what?
We can't afford to pay people what we're going to do.
Yeah.
But it's you
we
just
survived.
you just get through it, don't you?
Yeah.
You keep pushing on, and that's what we did, and
That's why the toasters came in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you.
it's glad that, I mean, I think people watching this and listening to this will be thankful that you kept that in, and we can get to some sort of normality soon. Come and try out the Feel Good Club. Let's do something called Snack of the Week.
Yes.
But this is Tim's feature, and I'll let him.
It's really technical. It's big. It's snack of the week. So we're basically having a little.
graphic?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
sexy graphic.
It's an animated graphic.
Tim does make his own
Of course,
graphics
here we
for his
go.
own features.
It's probably worth about 10 grand, that. So basically, the three of us have got snacks. Obviously, due to current limitations, we can't have a big sampling buffet going on. But we're going to big up our snacks one by one, and you guys are going to pick. You can confer. You can have a little whisper.
Okay.
You're going to pick who is the champion this week with their snack. Who would you like to go
By the way,
first?
my name's definitely Joe when you say me as
Tom can go first if you want.
Hey!
Go on, Tom.
Right,
Tommy Tomato.
Tomatoes over
Tommy
there.
Tomato over here. Hopefully he's got a cheese
I've got a
sandwich, cheese
lovely,
toasty in there.
nothing savoury. I got a bit of a sweet tooth before, and it might have been because they were on offer for £1, but I thought that's definitely spot on there. I'm going to go for these. These remind me of like
God, what
high
is it?
school. No, this is classic. It's the munchies.
I hate munchies.
Not bad. That's not
You hate them?
Yeah, I hate munchies.
fudge brownie flavour as well. It's not even regular.
Yeah,
What do you mean? Oh, yeah.
Not even the premium.
No wonder they're £1. They're not.
I mean, you've done better than usual there, but
Hold on, chocolate fudge brownie, limited edition munchies. Wow.
Not limited edition.
So
like
actually,
that last time.
that's adding some points for you, I think.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be delicious.
Yeah.
I wish you could try one.
Never
he's
tried
done
them.
better
I
than
love
usual, to be
munchies.
fair.
Yeah,
love
do-
munchies.
Really?
No, you don't
Right.
go limited edition, never.
50% of the team love munchies over here.
You don't like limited edition? You do get a free film with it.
Oh.
If that helps.
What film?
Let me just read this, terms and conditions.
Cinemas are closed.
Yeah, right. I'm out. Steph,
It's a Matt Damon
There you
film.
go. Well, I got a sweet tooth as well, unfortunately. You know, you mentioned that you like crisps.
we're not opposed to chocolate as well.
Mine's a classic, right? Have it with a brew. Classic brand as well. You ready?
I'm excited.
Mr. Kipling's Angel
I hate Mr. Kipling.
Yeah, Mr. Kipling.
Could have got a cherry bakewell slice.
I'm still in with a chance.
Bakewell.
You love Mr.
I
Kipling.
love
though.
this game. Remind me of my nana. My
There's
nana
a
always
theme.
has
There's a
them in.
theme here.
I like
Oh,
snacking.
I hate it.
I had one of those, but a
50-50,
cherry
yeah.
bakewell slice yesterday.
By the way, before we get into Tim's, Tim often stalks the guests to kind of get in their psyche.
Right,
And
okay.
no, yeah.
Stalking.
Any movement
wish I
outside
had.
your house in the bushes, it was probably.
The bins like that.
Go for in,
Wasn't
going
Juno
on.
so scared of the
Yeah.
bins recently?
always looking at people's Sainsbury's receipts for their shopping. Just like
Oh,
that.
they love this. What
Right.
have you got?
It's bloody
I've got. You ready for this?
posh.
It's veggie straws.
That's a bit.
Oh, go
Yes.
away.
I love these.
What world of
They're
veggie
healthy.
straws
They're crunchy. They're
Wow.
salty. They're strawy.
Tim.
You can eat them like this. Nah, 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 nah.
No,
Why would you eat them like that?
That's it's part of the novelty. Like you eat them like.
Part of the novelty.
no.
No,
No,
there's
at all.
drama.
No.
Well, maybe Aimie and Kiera
Not
get to
at all.
decide their own individual winner.
Can I win? Because I've got a
actually,
snack that I've
we've
realised
got a
I've
snack.
Oh,
got.
no.
You've
Actually,
got a
oh,
snack.
For the
When I got
first
here, I was like,
time
oh my God.
ever.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, you get your snack out.
Go on
there.
then.
Go on.
By accident.
honestly, this was by accident. I got in and I went, oh my God.
Listen to how crunchy these
I
are.
don't care.
Are you ready?
Amy's got to start.
Right.
Do you remember them?
What is
Is it a whistle? Chub
Chubba Chub Melody Pop.
Oh, yeah. Please,
I do remember them.
Play
Yeah.
a tune.
I'll tell you what. If it was the water pistol one, I would have been interested.
Oh, no.
veggie straw.
Can it play? Can it play?
Yeah.
You can
Get it
play us
open.
out.
Get it open.
If you get it open by tonight,
Don't expose us.
pop mics.
Don't touch it.
I should win.
Right, no, you can touch it. Oh,
Oh, well
Winner.
done. That was
any
brilliant.
snack that can make a noise is the winner.
Most excellent.
Thanks, guys,
You have
thanks.
won that one. I'll give you that.
Any snack that can
Did
make
I
a
just
noise.
take over Tim's feet?
Yeah, you did.
Well done, mate. You deserve it.
Freak, Amy.
Can you do it
we're
one more
snacking
time? I
away.
really enjoyed that.
Maybe this could be the tune for the snack of the week.
Yeah, go on.
Yay!
Most excellent. Thank you. Very good.
Absolutely
Can't
can't.
do that with a veggie straw, can you?
Oh, you really can. I'll give it a go later with this one.
But sorry for taking your line.
They're delicious.
Sorry.
Don't worry, you deserve
Yeah,
it.
delicious. What are you teasing for? We've got to film afterwards
I love
anyway.
how she's wrapping it up for later.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like,
Save it for later.
Don't waste that.
Before we get into our Instagram deep dive, which is my favourite part of the show, I just want to bring up the fact that when we come out of lockdown and with your sort of messages and attitude about mental health, I'm guessing it's going to be, if say all restrictions are lifted, quite a busy time. A lot of people getting back into the world and society, and from our personal experiences, like the meeting people again and seeing people and chatting about people. Are you got plans in place? Are you ready for that? I guess it's going to be a busy time because people are going to be a bit like, oh wow, life's back.
I think people are everyone's gonna take it differently. I think it's gonna be very hard for people to go back into normality, even though everyone is so desperate for it. I think people will struggle when we go back in. But yeah, I think we're ready for it. I mean, I don't think we're ever ready for it. When we opened, Amy and I have never had hospitality experience.
Never worked in a
ever.
coffee shop or a bar in my life.
When we started,
Let's talk about a coffee shop.
I mean, even when we started the brand in general, we had no expectations for it. We literally were just like, right, what can we do to help someone? I'd started a very early idea, like 6 years prior, where I actually had an eating disorder, and that was why I started Feel Good Club, so that to kind of help my own journey, because the medical route wasn't working for me, so I started working my own mindset. I'm going really off track here, but
No, not at all.
that's where it started, and then life took over, didn't it? Then when we got married, we were like, let's start it back up again. But we had no expectation for it. It was literally just, right, how can we just make one person feel good about themselves every day? And that's all we've ever done and continue to do. So, I don't think we've been ready for any of it.
No.
And we probably
You're
won't be.
always kind of like, you're just always like, yeah, come on then, let's do it. Where I'm always like, in the background, like, okay. Okay, the husband switched back on. But I'm not. I don't think I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go and be with my friends, have a good time and stuff. But I don't think I'm. When we opened in October, we had 75,000 followers. Where now we've got 220. So it's like overnight, it's just gone like crazy. So I don't think I'm personally ready for that to come into the shop and be like, oh,
Yeah.
hi guys. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I am, but you just roll with it.
Why do you think you got that many new followers?
Everyone's needed.
People would pick your brains for that.
Yeah, I
But
think
do you know
everyone's
what?
just needed it a little bit more. Obviously, at home on their own, and the posts have obviously people have just been feeling a bit lonely. So I think it's needed more than ever.
Yeah, and that's all it is. We've literally ignored all rules of social media, of what you should do and how you should do things and how you're supposed to grow an audience. We've never focused on that because, like I said, we never set this up to be like, right, we want to get 200,000 followers, we want to do this, this and this. We've just been surrounded by good people that have helped us get to where we are, and our ideas have just been able to come to life. So we just kept putting out content that when I was struggling, I wanted to hear. So yeah, it's going to be wild when we reopen, but I can't wait to have that, like, to see what we've always spoken about actually in real life. And we've got an amazing team now that we know are going to help us do that in a way where it's not just going to go, whoa, and it be overwhelming. So it's just the right people, isn't it? We've got the right people, definitely. So
Love it. Steph, it's my favourite time of
Instagram
the
deep
show.
dive time.
right, let's go.
Okay. So basically, what we do is we look at our guests' Instagrams and we pick out a few posts.
Eating Chris on a podcast.
Tim, not being so rude.
So nice.
Really good.
Really good.
But yeah, we pick a few out that we think is worth highlighting and talking about, and then getting you guys to like talk about the background of the picture and what are you laughing at?
No, I'm laughing at Tim trying to eat a crisp slowly. It's still in his mouth and he doesn't want to crunch it.
Oh, I
Pull him out.
I hate it.
Is it? Yeah. And if you could do your best at describing the photos as well for the listeners at home. Oh,
Here we are. Look at this.
Right.
wow.
So this was
So naive.
yeah. What are you going to ask us questions?
No. So this is just you two. This is the first day that you opened, is it?
So
It's
this
the
was-
night before.
Night
Yeah,
before,
so we'd literally just finished setting up the furniture.
Yeah.
Everything was ready. The glasses were out. The coffee beans were in, and we was like, right, tomorrow.
We were shaking.
Yeah.
Like shitting dogs.
Yeah, we was like, okay, we've never even been in a coffee shop before, like worked anywhere, but now we're opening one. So okay.
It looks
good
great.
picture.
It looks like such a nice space.
Thank you
Thanks.
very
Is that a
much.
piece by Caroline?
Yeah.
Dowsett in the
Dowsett,
background
yeah.
there?
It says your happiness over everything.
There you go.
Oh, have you spotted that? He's definitely. That was him outside your house last night again going, oh, he's like it. I like that.
But yeah, it was like obviously a whole year of us planning it.
We didn't get much sleep, did we?
didn't, no.
that night.
And we were supposed to have the first day off. Don't know why.
We were supposed to have the morning off.
Yeah.
The management were like, right, okay, why don't we just open with you guys not there so that you're not kind of like worrying or like overthinking where things are and how things are going. But me being me was like, right, 9 a.m, I'm getting down there. I'm just going to go sit in the corner on my laptop like this. And literally 9 a.m. came and it was full. And it was like 2 minutes past 9 and I was like, shit, Aimie, you need to get in.
Because we did a business plan, but obviously we did a business plan based on COVID. So it was like, it's probably going to be really quiet. And like the business plan was completely wrong.
Yeah.
So we was like, oh, you know, there'll be a few people and it'll be fine. But no, it was mad.
It was packed. But yeah, that was the night before, all excited and had no idea what was coming next. I don't even think we knew that we were heading back into a lockdown, did we?
No.
It was kind of, it was on the cards.
Yeah,
but it was like nothing had been confirmed.
Yeah.
Look how fresh-faced we looked.
I know, we look we
So
look
naive.
very fresh.
So naive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like a good
amazing.
first day, though.
Yeah, it was
It was,
brilliant.
yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, what picture have we got next?
Next picture actually leads on from when you were talking about lockdown coming up. So
Hey.
unfortunately, you guys had to close 2 weeks after opening.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we'd just had our final spoken word night. I mean, we did pack a lot into those 2 weeks that we were
Yeah.
open, didn't we? We had like spoken word on twice. We had
Two singers on.
Yeah, 2 live music acts.
Go with that, yeah.
Yeah, so we packed a lot into it. But yeah, that was the night before we went back into lockdown on like
So obviously
November, didn't we?
we stood outside the shop like with Juno. Okay. But yeah, this time we were still smiling because we thought we'd get furlough. So we're like, it's going to be okay. It'll be fine. We'll close up, we'll have a little break, and we'll reset ourselves.
Picture after this was just
Yeah. We'd actually, sadly, because we'd been told that we were able to get it because of when they released the dates, it was like if your submission was in by the 31st of October and everyone was paid, which they were, they were like, you'd be able to get it. So we'd told the team, we'd said, right, we're going to get
worry,
furlough.
guys, everything's
Don't
fine.
worry, it's all good. And then I think it was probably that next day when it was like, nope.
Rubbish times.
Yeah, but
I'm just like, even though it's been an absolute nightmare, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like, even looking at it now, I'm like, I still wouldn't change it. Because I feel like we've just learned so much in such a short amount of time. And we're sort of still smiling, right?
we are definitely.
Definitely.
And Juno's cute, of course.
Very cute. I was just thinking.
Dog friendly then?
We are.
yeah.
Really?
One
Yeah.
like my
dog
dog.
friendly.
Dog bringing him down.
Oh, don't
Yeah.
Cockapoo. A red cockapoo called Otis.
Oh.
Yeah,
Otis with
just-
a
My dog
goatee.
wouldn't last 5 minutes in there. He'd just try to get to the kitchen and eat everything.
But we've got puppuccinos.
Really? Oh, yeah, I'll definitely bring him down.
Yeah, definitely.
100%.
What have we got next, Steph?
Next picture.
Oh.
So this is one of the live music performances.
This was actually, so we, when was this?
So this is in
date was
Popworks.
this? I can't even see.
There's an apartment block called Popworks in Ancoats.
Oh, yeah.
And our investor now owns that building. And we had this business plan together, we had this idea.
Of Feel Good Club, and he said, well, why don't you come in and do like a little setup of what you think it will be, so that we can understand what it is, because it, you know, the concept on paper is it's not like just a coffee shop or a bar or this or that. It's a space where you can come in and there's a certain atmosphere, you can feel it and what's happening in the space and how you bring it to life. So he was like, well, why don't you do it in this like you can, it waswasn't even finished. You can
It's
see
all
the,
dusty.
like, that bin lid is covering like
That's
a
a
hole in the
wastage.
floor.
Amazing.
And it was covered in dust for about a year after that photo was
So we
taken.
was like, when do you want us to do it? It was like, in 2 days. And we was like, okay.
We were like,
Okay,
cool.
then go on.
So all this, so all this buttons from mine and Kiera's wedding day, which my mum made.
Oh, wow.
So we just like went in the shed and just found loads of crap basically. And we was like, let's make it look pretty.
We made a little bar, made a
does
little
look-
like
it looks
coffee
great,
bar
though.
and stuff. Got our mates to come in and help us do like coffees and stuff. And
Yeah.
then we had like yoga on. We had
Yeah, I think there's another image of the
Yeah.
Yeah, then
of the yoga. If you want to
Kiera
change
hadn't
it.
sang.
Do we
for,
shout
like,
next image?
Yeah.
yeah.
Steph, shout.
He knows.
Next image, please.
Next image, please.
Yeah.
Shout out,
Yeah.
Next
Well, that's the yoga, is it?
Yeah.
So as you can see, it was tiny. It was so dusty. There was just pipe works everywhere. And we were
It was
just
an
like, let's do
amazing
it.
day. It was so much fun. We had like the kind of fitness and yoga on in the morning with coffees and a bit of food, and then in the afternoon we had beers and live music and stuff, and it was kind of just like a mini version of what we wanted for Feel Good Club, didn't we?
Little taster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kiera sang.
So good.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was good.
Some originals or some covers?
Some originals. I didn't do covers, my lord.
Amazing.
Kiera was,
know that.
you wanted to be a musician before all this started, didn't
I
you?
did, yeah. That was a previous life of
Well,
mine.
now you've got the venue
You've got a
for it.
stage for it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, much as you want.
And yeah, if we didn't do this event, we wouldn't be where we are now.
Yeah. That was the tester.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That was amazing. Any more images, Steph?
That's it.
That's it.
one,
Round of applause
yeah.
for Steph. We're coming to the end of the podcast, but I think it's just important to go over what's coming up for the future, especially with some normality coming in on the April 12th. Fingers crossed, everything crossed. Are we opening for maybe some outside space?
Yeah, we've got a nice big outdoor bit already, haven't we?
Which is licensed.
Which is
Yeah, I suppose you've had a couple of licenses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can have a little draft pint out there.
Nice.
Lovely.
And then we've just applied for another bit of pavement licensing as well down the other side, so we can fit more
corner.
seating.
Mint.
So at the moment we're in the middle of building some furniture for that space, because our plan was like get open in October, and then by summer we'll have made some more money so that we can like then invest into like a proper beer garden vibe. That hasn't happened, so now we're kind of making something so it'll still feel special, and then hopefully we'll be able to invest some in like a little winter garden when winter comes.
Oh, that's lovely.
nice.
That's class.
Yeah, but yeah, open, ready to go, ready for people to come in and just like be around people.
And for people that don't know, whereabouts are you located?
We're in Northern Quarter on Hilton Street. So yeah, in the heart of little Northern Quarter.
Weird.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Say we've done a year has gone by, restrictions all lifted, June the 21st, we've had a wonderful time. What do you hope that Feel Good Club has achieved in that year?
We've actually got a second Feel Good Club coming, which we're not going to announce.
Edit that out.
Can we do that again?
I'm not to say it. I'm
Yeah,
just not
no.
going to say where.
Yeah, we've got another
But
one.
we have got Feel Good Club Part 2 on the way.
Me too.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
And then I'd say a year, like, yeah, we're expanding the product side of the business as well. And then we really want to look into more ways that we can help people. So at the moment we do like a pay it forward in the coffee shop where you can pay forward a drink for someone else. But we want to start looking at kind of ways that you can do that for therapy as well for people who can't access therapy. So, you know, there's so much that we want to do, but I think it's gone so quickly that we're like, there's still so much there, isn't there? So we've got a lot to work through and a lot of things that we want to do, but
Big things are coming.
Yeah, we need
things
to.
are
Heard here first.
Take a deep breath. Don't
Yeah, yeah. Holiday first before all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Take some time off.
Hopefully we've got a
deserved.
little holiday in by then.
Look forward to it. Well, you'll see us three down with the toasties.
Yeah.
And
Toasted them on us,
Yeah.
guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
get in.
Yeah, come and grab a
Love
toast.
toast.
And if you can lob us some cashew butter out the back. Right here.
Tim's in the bin still.
Oh, yeah. Looking at receipts. Where did they get them?
Hey, Kiera and Aimie, thank you very much for joining us on the Manc Podcast. Make sure you go check them out on the Instagram. It's just Feel Good Club.
We are Feel Good Club.
Yeah, we are Feel Good
Thank you
Club.
very much.
It
having
has
us.
been. Do you know what? It's been lovely to chat with you, and I can't wait when things get back to normal. We all can pop in there. Keep up to date what they're doing, and make sure you give this video a little like and subscribe to the Manc Podcast. Every single week we bring you a new podcast with wonderful people like Kiera and Aimie. So, Tim, Steph, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you can eat your crisps now all you want. The podcast.
Bring him to Mr.
Have a
Wait,
joke.
so-
Thank you for watching and listening. See you later.
one more.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Oh, play us out.
Amazing.